I just saw this video and I thought it was really cool, so I'm doing my own. Welcome to the Hungrier Games. In District 1, we have Steve and Word Girl. In District 2, we have Bill Nye the Science Guy and Dipper. In District 3, we have the one we don't talk about and Linus. In District 4, we have and Garfield. In District 5, we have Mr. Beast and Sprigatito. In District 6, we have Kevin McAllister and CG5.
Hello.
In District 7, we have Masahiro Sakurai and Bubba. In District 8, we have Purple Guy and Cuphead. In District 9, we have Isabelle in an RTX 3090 graphics card. In District 10, we have Sprite and MatPat. In District 11, we have Gromit and Thomas the Tank Engine. And in District 12, we have Dunkin' Donuts and Jake from State Farm. Who do you want to win? Tell me down in the comments. I know Bubba is gonna do great. He is a good boy. As the tributes stand on their podiums, the horn sounds. CG5 throws a knife into Jake from State Farm's head. The one we don't talk about grabs the sword. Gromit runs away from the cornucopia. Thomas convinces Sprite not to kill him, only to kill him instead. Isabelle runs away from the cornucopia. Cuphead runs away from the cornucopia. Mr. Beast runs away from the cornucopia. Linus retrieves a trident from the inside of the cornucopia. Amogus runs away from the cornucopia. Bubba grabs a jar of fishing bait while Bill Nye gets fishing gear. Dipper runs away from the cornucopia. Sprigatito runs away from the cornucopia. Dunkin' Donut has run away from the cornucopia. Steve, Masahiro Sakurai, and Kevin work together to get as many supplies as possible. MatPat finds a backpack of camping equipment. Purple Guy runs away from the cornucopia. Garfield runs away from the cornucopia. Word Girl grabs a shield leaning on a cornucopia. The RTX 3090 snatches a bottle of alcohol and a rag. Gromit sprains his ankle while running away from Thomas. MatPat receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Isabelle tries to spear fish with a trident. Steve discovers a river. Sprigatito searches for a water source. Kevin receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Dipper injures himself. Garfield sets an explosive off, killing Linus. Savage boy. Bubba thinks about home. Oh, poor Bubba. Amogus overhears the one we don't talk about and CG5 talking in the distance. Bill Nye receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Purple Guy attacks RTX 3090, but he manages to escape. I told you! Dunkin' Donuts pushes Word Girl off a cliff during a knife fight. Masahiro Sakurai camouflages himself in the bushes. Mr. Beast and Cuphead receive a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Let's take some time to remember the fallen. See you next time. Dipper shoots an arrow at Isabelle, but misses and kills Bubba instead! No! Masahiro Sakurai starts a fire! Amogus and CG5 threaten a double suicide. It fails and they die? Bill Nye lets Gromit into his shelter. Mr. Beast thinks about winning. I see why. Thomas tends to his wounds. The one we don't talk about fends Purple Guy, Sprigatito, and the RTX 3090 away from his fire. Steve, Kevin, MatPat, and Cuphead sleep in shifts. Dunkin' Donuts looks at the night sky. Garfield stays awake all night. That was quite an eventful night. But why did Bubba have to die? I mean, I could see why CG5 and Amogus died. But why Bubba? Dunkin' Donuts makes a slingshot. How? Gromit receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. RTX 3090 attacks MatPat, but he manages to escape. Sprigatito forces Mr. Beast to kill Steve or Bill Nye. He refuses to kill, so Sprigatito kills him instead! That cat's crazier than it looks. Cuphead tends to Garfield's wounds. Purple Guy dies from an infection. Masahiro Sakurai and Dipper work together for the day. Isabelle goes hunting. Thomas discovers a cave. Kevin defeats the one we don't talk about in a fight, but spares his life. Thomas, MatPat, Dunkin' Donuts, and Steve form a suicide pact, killing themselves! What the heck? What were they thinking? Gromit sees a fire, but stays hidden. Bill Nye and Isabelle sleep in shifts. Dipper screams for help. I mean, that's normal. RTX 3090 tries to sing himself to sleep. What? With his fans? Garfield convinces Sprigatito to snuggle with him. What the heck? The cats are snuggling? No one is allowed to depict this with fan art, okay? What the heck? Kevin sees a fire, but stays hidden. Masahiro Sakurai receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. The one we don't talk about passes out from exhaustion. Cuphead tries to treat his infection. Masahiro Sakurai makes a wooden spear.
Sprigatito tries to spear a fish without a trident.
Kevin chases the one we don't talk about.
Dipper diverts Grimmit's attention and runs away.
RTX 3090 begs for Bill Nye to kill him. He refuses, keeping RTX 3090 alive. Bill Nye respects the value of graphics cards.
Cuphead and Garfield hunt for other tributes.
Isabel receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. No one died on this day. Isabel, Cuphead, Sprigatito, and Kevin sleep in shifts. Dipper and Bill Nye tell stories about themselves to each other. Gromit severely injures Garfield and leaves him to die. RTX 3090 convinces the one we don't talk about to snuggle with him. I can't take it anymore. Masahiro Sakurai screams for help. Dipper picks flowers. Cuphead tries to spear fish with a trident. Masahiro Sakurai hunts for other tributes. Sprigatito questions his sanity. Me too. Bill Nye practices his archery. Isabel and RTX 3090 hunt for other tributes. Kevin tries to spear fish with a trident. The one we don't talk about discovers a cave. Gromit dies of hypothermia! Cuphead suffocates. Isabel survives. Dipper suffocates. Masahiro Sakurai survives. Kevin survives. RTX 3090 survives. The one we don't talk about suffocates. Bill Nye survives. Sprigatito suffocates. Bill Nye begs for Masahiro Sakurai to kill him. He refuses, keeping Bill Nye alive. RTX 3090 tends to his wounds. Kevin is unable to start a fire and sleeps without warmth. Isabel falls into a frozen lake and drowns. The cornucopia is replenished with food, supplies, weapons, and memoirs from the tribute's families. Kevin decides not to go to the feast. Bill Nye kills Masahiro Sakurai with a sickle. Does that face look innocent to you? RTX 3090 stuffs a bundle of dry clothing into a backpack before sprinting away. Kevin makes a wooden spear. RTX 3090 defeats Bill Nye in a fight, but spares his life. Bill Nye tends to his wounds. RTX 3090 goes to sleep. Kevin receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. RTX 3090 makes a slingshot. Kevin kills Bill Nye with his own weapon! Kevin's trap kills RTX 3090! Holy crap, Kevin just won the Hungrier Games! Here's everyone who was correct. So if you were here, congratulations, you were right! He just won the Hungrier Games. It's crazy how far the graphics card got. Like, what? Congratulations, Kevin. Wow, a lot has happened to come up to this.